Today we're gonna be talking about the 10 cheap cars that produce a ton of horsepower. These new cars prove that power under the hood doesn't always come with a massive price tag. Stick to the end of this video and find out which car made it to the top of this list. This is Faras and you're watching Fender Benders. Car engines have came a long way since the 90s, an era which was dominated by Porsches and Ferraris. Both waged battle for the world's fastest title using 400 horsepower plus turbocharged engines. Fast forward 30 years later and those headline-grabbing power figures can be found quickly and cheaply in dozens of everyday production cars. The car industry is divided on which is the best route to more power. On US shores, large displacement V8s are the order of the day, producing lag-free, torque-rich performance at insanely low prices. Further afield, and more turbocharged engines commonly adopted, with greater tuning potential from smaller, more efficient designs dominate. Which, of course, it all comes down to your personal preference. Let's take a look at the top 10 cheap yet powerful cars that don't always come with a hefty price tag. Performance bargains rarely come any cheaper than a Ford Mustang. The Mustang was introduced through billboards, TV specials, commercials, and most importantly in-person contact. The Mustang's grand debut came on April 14, 1964 for the press and April 17, 1964 for the general public. The first generation Ford Mustang was manufactured by Ford from March 1964 until 1973. The introduction of the Mustang created a new class of automobiles known as the pony cars. The Mustang styling with its long and short deck proved widely popular and inspired a host of competition. 6 generations later, and Mustang is still one of Ford's most iconic vehicles ever created, with its more desirable Mustang GT, which is where the big numbers hit. The Ford Mustang GT comes powered by a 5-liter V8 producing 450 horsepower. You'll struggle to find a bigger bang for your buck. Next on our list, we have the Toyota Supra. Toyota originally revealed the Supra name in April 1978, selected as a new suffix designation for a longer, wider, and more powerful spin-off of the second-generation Celica Coupe. The model was additionally identified by its A40 chassis code. The Supra was offered with a 125 PS, 92 kW, 123 horsepower 2-liter 12-valve inline-6 engine, or the 82 kW, 110 horsepower 2.6-liter 12-valve inline-6 engine. The Japanese model was equipped with the smaller 2-liter engine, so the buyers would not incur an additional tax under vehicle size and engine displacement regulations. Both engines were equipped with electronic fuel injection. The installation of the larger engine did not obligate Japanese buyers to pay a higher annual road tax, making owning the car more expensive than the smaller Celica. The 4th generation Supra is widely known as an icon. The program various teams for design, product planning, and engineering led by Isao Suzuki. By the middle of 1990, a final A80 design concept from Toyota Technical Center Aichi was approved and frozen for production in late 1990. The 4th generation of the Supra again shared its platform with the upscale Soarer Coupe, sold in the US as the Lexus SC. Although the two cars looked similar dimension-wise, the new Supra was more than 13 inches 340 millimeters shorter than its luxurious cousin. This redesign saw Toyota placing great emphasis on a more serious high-performance car. The A80 featured 2 engines, a naturally aspirated Toyota 2JZ GE engine having a power output of 164 kilowatts, which produces 220 horsepower at 5,800 revs per minute and 210 pounds-feet of torque, and the twin turbocharged Toyota 2JZ GTE. having a power output of 206 kilowatts, producing 276 horsepower and 318 pounds-feet of torque for the Japanese model. For the export model, mainly for the American and European markets, Toyota upgraded the Supra Turbo's engine by installing smaller, steel-wheeled turbochargers and bigger fuel injections. This increased the power output to 239 kilowatts, which produced 321 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 315 pounds-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. Upon its launch in 1993, it was the first Toyota badged vehicle to include a passenger airbag as standard. Toyota's latest Supra, released 3 years ago, delivers greater refinement and, more importantly, more performance too. We've already witnessed both engines get a power hike, confirming what we suspected all along. BMW's 4 and 6 cylinder engines are more powerful than Toyota claims. Regardless of the engine option, you would really want to go for the 3-liter straight-six turbo model with 382 horsepower on tap. Coming in the 8th place is the all-new Nissan Z. We expect to get a precise arrival date as it approaches, but currently the only official estimate is that it will go on sale during spring of 2022, so stay tuned. Inspired by generations of older Z cars, Nissan is hoping to cash in on the success of its predecessors, borrowing styling cues from the iconic 240Z. On appearances alone, Nissan has nailed it, perfectly combining old and new. The new theme continues under the hood, with 400 horsepower on tap from its 3-liter twin turbocharged V6. But instead of the fire-breathing 565 horsepower 3.8 liter that's under the hood of the Nissan GT-R, the Nissan Z gets a 400 horsepower 3 liter from the Infiniti Q60 Red Sport 400 paired to either a 6-speed manual or a 9-speed automatic. While all-wheel drive is available in the Infiniti, Nissan is sticking with rear-wheel drive exclusively for the Z. The Turbo 6 gives the Z a lot of zip. Next on our list, we have the Dodge Charger Scat Pack. Getting frighteningly close to 500 ponies under your right foot is cheaper than you might think. Where the Ford Mustang dares to tread, Dodge goes that little step further with their Charger or Challenger, upping the ante to 485 horsepower. The ridiculously powerful 2022 Dodge Charger is an icon of performance with the highest top speed of any 4-door mass-produced car. Its most powerful option comes with 807 horsepower and 707 pounds-feet of torque. Would you just listen to that whine? The Charger Scat Pack is all the 4-door performance car you need. 4 up with a 6.2-liter Hemi V8 under the hood. Stepping on the loud pedal, we'll see 4,281 pounds of American muscle hit 60 miles an hour in 3.8 seconds. More horses for less just isn't happening. Next on our list, we have the Chevy Camaro LTI. Chevrolet also has a stake in the big power cheap sports car sector. In the recent years, the Chevrolet Corvette might have stolen the headlines, but the Camaro is every bit as good and cheaper. In this company, you're almost spoiled for the choice from the LT1 upwards, bagging you a 6.2-liter alloy V8, chucking out 455 ponies. It just sits somewhere between Mustang GTs and the Charger when it comes to power, only a 10th down in a drag race. However, the win goes to Chevrolet here in terms of bang for your buck, with the LTI starting at $35,000. Next on our list is the BMW M2. Keep your eyes peeled for this one. BMW is tipped to officially announce their M2 Coupe later this year. Suffice to say, leak testing images are all we have to go on so far, with a fair amount of speculation surrounding the final specification. I honestly do not like the design of this car, as it looks like a mix between a Fiat and BMW has provided a few snippets to keep gearheads' attention. Beneath the skin of the M2 Coupe's sculpted performance-oriented body beats the same straight six found in the M3 and M4, interpreting size and weight differences and BMW's claims of M2 CS levels of performance and BMW's claims of M2 CS levels of performance. We expect the 3-liter turbo engine to put down at least 400 horsepower. Coming in fourth on the list is the Tesla Model 3. In theory, electric motors are limitless in the power they produce. Given enough power and sufficient cooling, the Tesla Model 3 could outperform any hypercar in any benchmark test. Undoubtedly, battery technology will improve, but for now, Tesla pegs power output to 425 horsepower. New battery technology is ever evolving for the Model 3 from 2021 onwards. Switching to lithium iron phosphate, this change of direction brings benefits in both endurance and energy density. Most buyers couldn't care less about the batteries used, preferring the geeky twin electric motor setup. Last on our list is the Kia Stinger GT. Go east and you're sure to get some stunning performance bargains from some unlikely sources. Kia's meteoric rise to fame in recent years stems from a combination of fantastic value for money, and the cars aren't bad either. The Stinger GT neatly packs 4 seats, 4 doors, and a stonking engine lineup. At the higher end, that includes a gusty 3.3-liter twin-turbo engine pushing out 368 horsepower, which is more than its rivals BMW and Mercedes. Offerings at a similar price point, Kia has eked out a hard-won reputation for the fast, affordable sedans that are fun to drive. Next on our list, we have the Audi S4, which proves premium brands can do big power numbers without breaking the bank. Audi's S4 comes with all the luxury trimmings you could ask for, powered by a 349 horsepower V6 engine, bearing one of the higher sticker prices here. You're looking at $53,000 and upwards. Audi occupies the premium end of the market, with all-wheel drive and a clever 8-speed transmission, adding a quality feel of the S4 with all that weight and power supply technology. You might think the S4 loses out in a straight fight, but you'd be wrong. The 2022 Audi S4 comes equipped with a 3-liter turbo V6 that makes 146 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 369 pounds-feet of torque at 3,200 RPM. First on our list is the Genesis G70. Wrapping up our summary of horsepower monsters comes the Korean-based Genesis, a relative newcomer in luxury and performance circles. Genesis was founded in 2015 as an upmarket division of Hyundai and has in a short period established itself among the big players. Premium SUVs and sedans share a common theme: value for money. The G70 shows just how far the brand has come in 7 years, and now being able to rival European brands. This isn't some badge engineered lookalike, but a proper performance sedan packing a silky smooth turbocharged V6 which produces 368 horsepower. If you enjoyed the content of this video, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. I thank you for your time today. Fender Benders out.